Good evening, everybody. I hope that you are so well. My name is Heike Berg. I'm a bronze presidential director with Manatech. You guys have been invited to a Manatech opportunity meeting. And what we're going to do tonight is really just share with all the new guys. Welcome. If you've been invited to come and have a look at what it is that we do and how we can possibly really bring hope to your life and really uplift you and empower you and just show you what it is what we do. So on this call tonight, this is really just an educational session. It's to help you understand that there are so many opportunities out there today that can actually get you to a place of freedom. And of course, Manatech is just sweeping across the world. We haven't even started touching the tip of the iceberg. There are people on this call that are doing so well, making such good money, because at the end of the day, it is really about your dreams. Like, what is it that you want to do with your life? Where do you want to be in the next 2 years, 4 years, 5 years? And if you feel like you are stuck or you need, I believe everybody has to have a second or third stream of income. I believe that it is wise. And if you are in the looking zone, looking to kind of, add more value to your life, and really maybe change your life completely, this is really something you need to have a look at. So before we start, the QR code is 5415 for all the leaders out there. And so we're going to be busy for about 15 minutes or so. And all I want you guys to do, all the new guys, is just sit back and relax and keep an open mind and look at what it is that we do, because tonight is really about you. Tonight is about two things. It's about your dreams. It's about your freedom. It's about your life. Not what other people say, not what other people think, this is about your future. And, when I turned kind of 35, 36, I started really, thinking about what am I going to do for the rest of my life? Am I going to lead a significant life? Because we were all born with a purpose and with a plan and everything. And I just didn't want to be stuck where I was stuck at. So it's about your dreams. It's about your future. Second of all, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your experience level are. It doesn't matter what your education level is. You can do this. Anybody can do this if you are hungry. You're hungry to change your life. You are teachable. You've got a good work ethic, and if you're honorable, So that's the third thing. Well, the second thing. The third thing I want to share is that tonight, the key word here tonight is passive residual income. Now, a lot of people kind of think they know what it is, but once you understand the power of residual income, you will run through brick walls to get it. It's different than working for a boss and earning a salary. You sell your time for money, and, if you don't work, you don't get paid, but you're stuck in this 9 to 5 or, 7 to 7 or whatever the case may be. Or you might have your own business, but you're working yourself to death and you don't know how you're going to get to a place of freedom. Maybe you've actually got no idea what your retirement looks like. So that's what we're going to be sharing with you tonight. And I want you guys to quickly just think, if time and money wasn't an issue, what would an ordinary day look like for you? And very few people actually sit down and think about it. In my favorite book, it says, without a vision, people perish. It's because of a lack of knowledge that my people perish. And, I want to ask you, do you have a vision for your life? Do you know kind of where you are going? And what is it that if time and money wasn't a problem, what would you do? What are the things that will drive you? Because I can tell you now, if your personal motivational factor in the morning is to get out of bed, go to work, just so that you can pay the bills, you've got to ask yourself that, maybe you're missing something. That can't be your primary motivation for going to work, just so that you can pay the bills. Think about your life. Think about your dreams. When you were a child, think about what you wanted to do with your life. When you were a young adult, maybe you had all these dreams and all these things. And what happens with us in life, we start accepting this level of mediocrity that we kind of fall into. We accept the norms of society. We just kind of accept that this is our lives. And we love, of course, blaming Eskom, blaming politics, blaming the economy for where we are at. And let me tell you one thing. There's a lot of things that we don't have control over, but you do have control over your personal economy. You do have control over what is it that you're going to do. What are the things, the habits and the practices and the opportunities that you're going to grab on today so that your life can look different in the next 2 years and 4 years and 5 years. So how did I get involved in Manatech? I'm in the entertainment industry. I've had a few businesses, a lot of failures in my life. I've had some pretty tough times in my life as well, like many of you. Made some very stupid decisions in my life, and I've gotten myself in, bad spaces. At one stage in my life, I was a rehab junkie. That's all I did. I had no skills. I went from rehab to psychiatric institution. I had no friends. I had no future. Only after I kind of came clean, I decided I was going to study drama. That was tough, hard. I didn't know if I had any talent. I started getting involved in this industry. I stayed clean. I had many fallbacks, many relapses, but very few skills. And my career started doing kind of well, but I would fall back and go back to treatment and come out. And it was just a big disaster until I ended up in Wes-Koppies, and I was there for quite a while. And I was diagnosed with so many mental health challenges. And apart from that, and all the medication, at one stage I was on about 4,500 rands worth of medication, whole cocktail of antipsychotics and mood stabilizers and antidepressants and all kinds of things. I was a very sickly person as well. I would get very sick 3 to 4 times a year. I had a very bad immune system. I had very bad, my blood pressure, my gut was very unhealthy. I was just a sickly person, and I was very depressed. So about 5.5 years ago, a friend of mine came to me and said to me, listen, Ike, I want you to use these Manatech products. And I just laughed at him. Look, I thought, dude, what are you trying to do here? And he said that these products are going to save your life. It's going to change your life. And of course, I've been to all the neurologists and doctors and all over the place. And he said, listen, Ike, I want you to try these products. And the only reason I bought it was because there's a 3-month money-back guarantee on the products. Because the product claimed to do something. And I just said, listen, if this doesn't work, I'm telling you now, I'm going to come fetch my money. So he came and sat in front of me, in front of my computer. He helped me open up a Manatech online account. I ordered the products from Manatech. You're not a salesperson in this business, really. And I just want to say that to you. You're going to be a business owner, an entrepreneur. But anyway, he helped me to open up this online account, purchase my products from Manatech head office. It was delivered to my doorstep in 2 to 5 working days, and I started consuming these products. Long story short, 9 months, after 9 months, I was off almost all my medication. It was 5.5 years ago. I haven't been sick. I've had a little cough and a little flu. I think it was last year this time once, because I didn't drink my products for 2 weeks. And I've never been back on antibiotics, only once because a spider bit me on the back of my head. It changed my health completely. And because of the experience I've had with these products, and you don't know about these products because nobody has ever told you, because you don't get these things in the shops. They don't market these things. There's no advertising because that's not how the business model works. So you're not going to know about this technology unless somebody introduces you. So I started sharing my testimony with people. And people would ask me, Ike, wow, where can I get some of these products? And I would then refer them to Werner. So Werner phoned me the one day and he said to me, listen, Ike, I want to show you something. And I went to his house and we went and had coffee, and he said, are you interested in making extra money? And I said, of course I'm interested in making extra money, but still skeptical. There's a lot of doubt and fear that goes around, when people come to you with opportunities. But I trusted Werner and I like him as a friend, and I had a lot of faith in him. So he said, well, let me show you something. Instead of you referring people to me, people that want these products, why don't you just help that person open up an online account? You help him because his account will be linked to your account. And every single time they order from Manatech, every time you get paid. I'm like, what? That's incredible. Why didn't you say that to me when I just started? He said, well, I didn't know that you're interested in wanting to build business. I just wanted to help you with your health. I said, are you doing this business? He said, yeah, this is my residual income. You do the work once, but you get paid over and over and over again because people have to use these products on a monthly basis. On an automatic order. It doesn't have to be automatic order, but every month these products just arrive at their doorsteps because it's a consumable product. You have to use it for quite a while before it starts working. It's not drugs. It's real plant, real food nutrition, and which I'm going to talk a little bit about just now. And I'm like, oh my word. And I started just because I had fun and I love health and wellness. I love helping people. I love listening to people's dreams and then come with a solution. And this was the perfect solution because I love people and I love serving people. I love praying for people. I love, empowering people, but I've never had a tool that I could actually give somebody and say, listen, with this business, you can actually change your life. You can make so much money. It's even scary. I mean, you can make millions. And so I started, my first paycheck was about 3,500 Rand a month. And I just thought, wow, coming in every month. Remember, residual income. So on the 1st of May in 2016, I decided that, listen, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to take this thing seriously. It's part-time. It's an online home-based business. I can learn from everybody because there's so much learning and developing and trainings and everything. I want to learn how to do this thing because my eyes just kind of open up. And it took us about 19 months, and we got to a place of financial freedom where there was enough residual income coming in every month that I didn't have to sell my time for money anymore. I'm involved in many projects, and I will never retire in the sense that at 65, I'm going to go sit somewhere in a beach. I can't think of anything more boring. I'll always be doing things that I love, helping, serving, getting involved. But now I can do that on my own terms. I can spend time with the people that I want to. Geraldine and I, we can spend time together when we want to. I can choose my projects. I can decide where I want to stay. If I so choose, I can decide tomorrow that, listen, we're going to go to Cape Town. I don't believe it's the right thing to do at the moment because we still got things to do here, but we can do that. And that's the gift that I want to share with you tonight. So first up, I just want to welcome two incredible speakers. It's just people in the business that are going to share with you why they do Manatech, how the company has helped them, and just listen to their testimony. So first up, I want to welcome Marinda van Staden. She's a director. She started in this business. She's fired up. Marinda, welcome, and please share with us why you're building Manatech.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. And then I would just like to edify a few people. I would like to thank our branch presidential directors, Heike and Geraldine Berg, for giving me this opportunity to share my why with you guys. And then also my PD, Yolandi Jansen van Vieren, for her hand in my business. And then also my mentor, our Gold Executive Director, Nina Senekal, for all her love and support. And without her, I don't know if I would be where I am now. So I would like to start with, I was raised with the mindset that you have to study, get a degree to be successful in life and to achieve anything in life. So for me, that is what I did because that is the example that I had growing up. And I felt like that is what my parents expected of me as well. So I'm sure all of you know the quote that if you enjoy what you do, you will never work a day in your life. Well, it felt like I worked every day because I didn't enjoy anything about any of my days. So for me to work from 8 to 5 while someone else is raising my kids, it just didn't sound like something that I want for the rest of my life. I knew that there must be something else. I think I wished for something else, but I didn't know. Like Heike said, you don't know because it's not on the market. So last year, after the pandemic, my company went bankrupt and I was retrenched. But it gave me the opportunity to spend some time fetching my son off school, spending the afternoons with him. And I realized that, well, it showed me that not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some storms come to clear your path. So unfortunately, I had to go back to work. We were used to 2 streams of income. So one stream of income didn't cover all our expenses. But when the Manatech opportunity crossed my path, I welcomed it without asking any questions. Because while being at home with my son, I realized that the only one who could give me exactly the life that I want is going to be me. No one else is going to be me. So even though I'm still doing this part-time, Manatech showed me the bigger picture. It showed me that there's a better future where you can have time freedom, you can have financial freedom, you can decide your own amount on your paycheck, you can schedule your own daily schedule. No one else. You're not working for a boss, you're working for yourself. So for me to have financial freedom and time freedom, that sounds like a successful life to me. Not going to university and study and working 8 to 5 for the rest of my life. That's not something that I want to do. Having financial freedom and time freedom is something that I want to achieve in my life. So I would just like to leave you with one quote tonight. Don't decide your future. Decide your habit, and your habit will decide your future. Thank you, Heike.
Thank you, Marinda. Awesome to have you on the call. Thank you very much. Well done. Next up, I want to welcome Silver Executive Director, Charmaine Ferreira. She's building a massive business. She's been involved with us for quite a while. Incredible lady. She's overcome so many things in her life. And it's really awesome just to hear her story. Thank you, Charmaine.
Thank you, Heike. And I would just like to thank my presidential upline, Yolandi Jansen van Vuren, for all your guidance and support within my business. And thank you, Heike and Geraldine, for letting me share. So I'm an accountant, and a few years ago, I got to a place where I was extremely bored in my job. I didn't see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I didn't know what else to do because I didn't have any skills. And on top of that, I felt that we were barely getting by on a monthly basis, and I was tired of just getting by. I wanted to be able to do whatever I want, when I wanted, and I didn't know how that would be possible. So when Manatech came across my path, a lot of things changed for me. I used to be a complete introvert. I had zero people skills. And when I saw how the business works, the business plan, I was willing to do anything and learn anything to do this business because anybody can do this. So for me, it changed me as a person. I got to travel with the company. I even got to travel on my own because of the income that you make out of this business. And I get to help people in the process. So for me, it's extremely rewarding. And I think a big thing that everybody learned now during the pandemic is that no one's job is safe anymore. And like Heike said, everybody needs a few streams of income. So for me, it's not just all about the money, it's also the time freedom that's very important for me. I'm doing this business because I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Thank you, Heike.
Thanks, Charmaine. It's awesome. Brilliant. Awesome. Great. Wonderful stuff. So, okay. So what I want to share with you now is something that we, well, I wasn't taught this at school at all. So what you see in front of you is called the Cash Flow Quadrant. It was a book written by a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. He also wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Please do yourself a favor and get that book. It's really an awesome book about principles of creating wealth. So he was a bestseller. I think he's written about 17 books. This was his second book. And this is such a powerful thing once you understand this. So what you see in front of you is called the Cash Flow Quadrant. And basically what he wanted to show was that there's only 4 places in the world that you can generate cash flow from. You're either an employee, self-employed, or a small business owner, a big business owner, which is a system-driven business. Big difference between the B quadrant and the small business quadrant. And then the I's, the investors. And what is interesting is that on the left-hand side, the left quadrant, is that 90% of the world's people find themselves in that quadrant, but only 10% of the world's wealth is generated by them. They play with only 10% of the world's wealth. On the right-hand side, you've got 10% of the world's people, but 90% of the world's wealth is generated by them. And the reason for that is because on the left-hand side, we were all taught to sell time for money. That is the default. That's how the system is created. We go to school. We are urged to get good grades, which is awesome. You know, get good grades, go to university, study, or go to college, and then get into the work. You know, starting your career. But, you know, we taught to go look for a job and then start to sell our time for money. And a lot of people stay stuck in that mindset of working for a boss and receiving a paycheck every month. So there's nothing wrong with one of these quadrants. Absolutely. And you also not in one of these quadrants because of your IQ. You're in one of these quadrants because of a mindset, the way you were brought up, the examples that you've had, the challenges that you've had in your life, maybe things that were set upon you, our own brokenness or whatever, that's why we end up in one of these quadrants. Now, as an employee, well, let me just say this. So Robert Kiyosaki doesn't measure wealth in money, because wealth isn't measured in money. It is actually measured in time. I'm talking about financial wealth. So think about this. If you had to lose your primary income today, and so many people have lost their income, so many people, if you had to lose it today, how many months would you be able to sustain the standard of living that you're living at the moment? A lot of people, 1 month, 2 months. Some people, like, they will literally be bankrupt the next day. And that's quite scary. So, the quadrant, it's a very interesting thing, because, as I said, there's nothing wrong with any of these things, but being an employee, there's a couple of things that I don't like it. And I've been in the employee quadrant. First of all, somebody else determines your worth. You're probably helping somebody else to achieve his dream. You're selling your time for money. Yes, you've got a few benefits here and there, which is not that secure anymore, but you're going to work. He calls the left quadrant the 40-40-40 curse. You're going to work for 40 years, for 40 hours a week, and then retire on 40% less than what you're supposed to have if you took some money and you put it away for retirement. Did you know that 1 out of 100 people today can retire? Did you know that in South Africa? That is shocking. And people don't think about it. People don't think about their retirements. They kind of only wake up when they're 50 around and they go, oh my word, I don't have enough money to retire one day. Of course, the self-employed quadrant or small business quadrant, a lot of people are doing very well in that quadrant. But again, you don't have freedom. Remember, tonight is about freedom. You're not working 40 hours a week. You may be working 60 hours a week. It is a very high-risk environment if you have to start your own businesses. Across the board, if 100 businesses have to start today, in the first 2 years, 80% of them will be bankrupt. In America, it's 70%, but it's kind of more or less the same if you read Warren Buffett's book on his latest book on investments. It is the attrition rate is terrible. And of course, you don't really own the business owns you, because I've had my own businesses. You don't have any freedom, and you literally have to play the role of everybody in the beginning. The B quadrant and the I quadrant. So the B quadrant is a system-driven business. In other words, there's a system in place where these guys can work and operate, and the CEO can actually go overseas for a year or 2 years or go on holiday, and the business is an asset that will generate cash flow, that will operate independently of whether the CEO is there or not. And then, of course, these guys play usually in the investing quadrant, where kind of money starts working for you. So what Manatech is, and there are so many business models that fit into this model, which is just incredible. Manatech is a B quadrant business. And what we do in Manatech is we help and we assist people that are in the E and the S quadrant that don't want to stay stuck there. And we help them to make the transition over to the B quadrant in 2 to 5 years. That's the commitment you're going to have to make tonight. If you really want to change your life, and if you talk to any great entrepreneur, any great leader, you don't change your life like that. You have to say that, listen, I'm going to make a 2 to 5 year commitment on a part-time basis to move over to the B quadrant. And once you get there, you can actually go and fire your boss if you so choose. So this is very interesting. At the moment, currently worldwide, there are a few mega trends exploding, but the 3 biggest mega trends at the moment currently, and they predicted this is probably going to run until 2038, 2045, they're predicting these quadrants to just explode. The first one is the health and wellness quadrant. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that health and wellness is just massive today. It's big. Everybody's into wellness. Everybody's into health. This is everything outside of the medical box. If you just look around you and you look at all the dockies that are coming out, if you walk into Woolies, it's organic this, organic that, it's lactose-free this, it's yeast-free, it's all of that stuff, because there's a need from the consumer to live a healthier lifestyle. People have realized that the problems today is not because of the medication. You can make as much medication as you want, but people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And people have realized that the problem is in our food. It's the consumption, and we're not getting in the nutrients and the stuff that we have to. So health and wellness is everything from intelligent supplementation, integrative health, fitness and fat loss, skincare. It's a massive industry. Direct distribution is the other mega trend, which is incredible. What is direct distribution? So direct distribution is basically where a company decides and says, listen, I'm not going the traditional route. I don't have to go the traditional route anymore because, first of all, traditional marketing doesn't work anymore. Second of all, I don't have to because you can use normal consumers, people that actually use the products to become the mouthpiece of the product and market their products like that. But a traditional business model, you've got the manufacturer and they've got about, up to 27 hands in between that touches this product until it becomes available in the retail store. And about 75% of that chain is marketing and advertising. You've got distribution, you've got insurance, you've got groothandelaar, kleinhandelaar, all of those things. So what direct distribution is companies, this is massive. It had a 17% growth last year of companies that have started where the traditional business model had a growth of 2%. Companies have said that, listen here, because of the internet, because of technology, you can actually have the consumer sitting at his house, order a product directly from the manufacturer, and it will be delivered at his doorstep. That is what direct distribution is all about. And then, of course, the idea of social entrepreneurship. People love supporting companies that they know has got a mission to solve a problem. I love supporting companies where I know that part of my purchase is because it will add value to something that I care about. Mission 5 Million is the social entrepreneurial arm of Manatech. That is the reason why Manatech is in the direct distribution space, so that they can fulfill their dream and the reason for existing. So 5 million kids die every single year under the age of 5 of malnourishment. It's actually quite a bit more, but the mission is to eradicate, in other words, stop malnourishment with kids under the age of 5. Manatech was almost $1 billion company. We're in 27 countries. It's massive. And we're busy changing the world literally one kid at a time. And how this works is for every purchase that you make from Manatech, you will see exactly on your purchase how many servings you are contributing to a child every month that's busy dying of malnourishment with our products. And you can actually track it, you can trace it, you can check out Mission 5 Million. That is super cool. And what the top thought leaders of the day is saying, and I'm talking about people like Paul Zane Polzer, Eric Worre, if you go read books from Anthony Robbins, you listen to Bob Proctor and, Zig Ziglar, he's now passed away, but he spoke about this as well. All these great, massive entrepreneurs, they're saying that if you can find an opportunity that has all three of these things combined, health and wellness that everybody wants, everybody's looking at immune products, everybody's trying to be healthier because of this virus that's in the air. Everybody wants an online home-based business where they can generate cash flow from across the world, where you get taught how to do it. But you also, believe in the vision of helping a problem like that. You're involved in something much bigger than yourself. You have got a massive opportunity. And that's why we say, welcome to Manatech. So a little bit about the company. We were founded in 1994. Our head office is in Dallas, Texas. We've been operating and doing business for the last 27 years. So we are a solid company. We are a AAA company. Do you know what that means? It means we are a cash company. We get paid from profit, cash. We are a cash-strong company. You can check out all our auditing, and we're very transparent. We listed on the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange. It's the second biggest stock exchange in the world. Our ticket code is MTEX. Now, that's already in itself is amazing, listed there with Tesla and IBM and Apple and Google. We've been listed there since 1999, so please go check it out. Publicly traded company. We operate in 27 countries. And we are opening up now in another 5 European countries. And that's incredible. That's pioneer work, okay? And so a lot of people ask, well, what is Manatech? What makes Manatech different? So Manatech is a research and development company. It is a science company. And what we brought to the market is real plant, real food, nutritional products. Health and wellness products. But what makes Manatech different is that we were the pioneers, we were the founders of a completely different class of nutrients that people did not know about. We discovered the study of glyconutrition or discovered these micronutrients in nature that your body needs in order to have optimal health. So they used to call it the missing nutrient because nobody understood how does your body communicate with one another to tell your cells what to do with the nutrition that you have. So a couple of years ago, Dr. Bill McAnally, you don't have to really worry about this, but he discovered that in nature, there's micronutrients, there's all these different plant sugars. Now, it's not table sugars. And your body is in need of 8 very specific of the plant sugars they call glycans. And what these things do is it's almost like a cell phone tower. You've got 37.2 trillion cells in your body, and your cells speak to one another, and it says, nourish me, destroy me, fix me, regulate me. That's what your cells do. But in order for your cells to do this effectively, they need 8 of these glycans that serves almost as a cell phone tower. So, I mean, I can have a cell phone with the best app, the best batteries. If I phone my wife and there's no cell phone tower that will receive the signal and transmit it to her, it's useless. And in the Western diet today, there's only 2 of the 8 left. You don't find them anywhere. And it's because of green harvesting, in pesticides, soil erosion, air pollution, the water, everything. If you truly understand what the quality of our food is like, it's not the same kind of quality that was meant to be in this world the way our creator have designed it. It's actually atrocious. Malnourishment doesn't just exist up in Africa. It exists on our plates. And the most important is we don't have these glycans. So what happened was we discovered these things. We patented these products. Nobody in the world can bring to the market our flagship product called Ambritose. Nobody knows the process of how to take glycans from nature and put it in a consumable way for people to consume. Nobody can do it. And that was incredible for me because that's the stuff that saved my life. That's the stuff when I started doing research to see about how many people this has saved across the world. The testimonies are it's mind-blowing to know what this stuff has done. Of course, when they started, pharmaceutical companies and competitors, people in the wellness market were, you know how it goes. When you decide you're going to change the world, people say you're nuts. He's crazy, it's this disruptive thing. Everybody criticizes you. Eventually, when you are successful, people say, hey, I knew you would do it. Wow, you're a genius. But at first, people think you're flipping crazy. So there was a lot of testing that I had to do, a lot of science. Manatech spent over $65 million, $65 million on research and development to do 17 clinical trials, peer-reviewed reports, double-blind placebo-controlled studies. I'm talking about the gold standard of pharmaceutical testing on these products, on human blood. No company in South Africa does that. There's not a wellness company in South Africa that can do that because they don't have the money, they don't have the science, and of course, wellness in South Africa is not regulated. You don't know what you're buying on the market. You don't know. If I want to start and sell Omega, let's say I want to start a brand and I want to sell Omega-3. I go to a supplier in South Africa, I get the worst kind of Omega-3 and I just sell it as Omega. Nobody knows the difference. The average person out there don't know the difference. If you go and you buy synthetic vitamins and minerals, it's made from rock, petroleum, and steel shavings. Most people don't know that. Yet they buy and purchase and they gaan te kere. It has very little value. I've never seen a child eat a rock, ever, in my life. Our products are designed, it's nature, it's real plant, real food nutrition. I mean, we are associated with the National Academy of Science. Do you know that you've got to be a Nobel Prize winner to be part of it? Did you know that Adrian Gore from Discovery wanted to bring these products in his Vitality program? We had nappy codes. There was a short time that you could actually claim this back from medical aid. But because of the pharmaceutical companies, he couldn't do it because it's not medicine. And it's not medication. It's not a pharmaceutical product. And he couldn't bring it. He sat like this with his hair, because he knew how much money they would save on paying out medical bills. So these products are it's incredible. And I want to just quickly, before we started, how does this company really work? Please get back to the person that has invited you so that he can share some of the information about these products, reliable information. The internet is like a toilet that never gets flushed. You can find rubbish there from 20 years ago. And that's the problem today, is to find reliable information. Let them share with you stuff about the products and about the company. if you make a decision that you want to, join this revolution of health and wellness. So I want to welcome just an awesome woman that lives close to Malalaan. She's a silver director. She and her husband, Shanette and Derek Grobler. It's awesome to have you guys on the team. Please share with us your product testimony, Shanette. Thank you.
Thank you, Aiki. Hello, everybody. I would just like to thank my presidential upline, Yolandi Jansen van Vieren, and then Aiki and Geraldine Berg. Our bronze presidentials, thank you so much for all your love and support. And yes, it's my story. Health story is actually a very long story, but I'm going to try to keep it nice and short. And usually we focus on one product when we do these kind of testimonies, but I've got 3 products that just did amazing things in my body. It absolutely helped my body to heal itself. And those 3 products are Amprotos, Omega-3, and the GI Pro Balance. For the last 5 years, I had a health crisis that affected my skin, and it was due to allergies. So every now and again, I would always have these spots on my legs, but it would, when I get in touch with something, the specific thing I'm allergic to, it will flare up, and I would scratch myself until I bleed on my legs. And I always just thought, oh, well, I got it from my mom, and my legs are going to be like this forever. And I never realized that there was a root cause for all of this. And in January, it got very, very bad and very severe. It spread it all over my body. Went to the doctor, did blood tests, all of that. And basically they said, oh, there's not much we can do. You've got this chemical medicine that you have to take every day, and it makes you very, very drowsy. I cannot drink that medicine. So I decided I didn't want to do that. Got to a doctor that taught me that any illness that has to do with your immune system starts in your gut. And if your gut are not healthy, then your immune system cannot work the way it's supposed to. And basically what they suggested is that I heal my gut. Now, I got involved with Manatech at that stage, and was very excited to see that they've got amazing products for your gut health. And I started using that, and within the first 2 months, my skin issue was completely gone. And I couldn't believe it, because I had struggled with it for 5 years, and nothing has ever worked. No chemical medicine, no creams and salves that I put on, nothing worked until Manatech's products. And now it's been 9 months that I've been on the products. I do not have a spot on my body that would suggest that I have this specific skin and immune issue. And therefore, I am very, 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 very thankful that God put Manatech on our paths, and that we got this amazing healing story to tell other people and to give them hope. And we love the business. And thank you, Heike. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Shanette. Thank you, Derek. Man, it's so incredible to hear these stories. Do you know how many of these stories are out there of people that have overcome their health challenges? Next up, I want to welcome Gold Executive Director Lina Senekal. Her and her wife, Davi, are such close friends of ours, and we're really blessed to have them in our lives. They are ministers all the way from Lichtenburg. Linus, take it away.
Good evening. Thank you. I just want to say thank you tonight for Yolandi Jansen van Vieren, also my presidential upline, and Heike and Geraldine, my bronze presidential. Really, you are the wind in my sails. Thank you. So tonight I want to speak about what happened to me last year during the lockdown in October. I believe they say it was a stress-related, call it a disease. And actually, it is a virus that is a chickenpox virus on the edge of your nerves. So what happened in got pain in my back. I first thought that it was my kidneys. So I bear with the pain and thought I must drink a little bit more Ambritose, but the pains start getting more severe and severe. And after a week, I went to the doctor, and he said to me, when he looked at me and at my back, and he said, "But it is shingles. You have shingles." And then he let me feel the knob or the lump at the back of my at my back. And when he said shingles, I knew at that stage about shingles, and I immediately realized I need to get a pot of 100-gram Ambritose complex and immediately start using it and try to use it in a week's time, because I know when you have a challenge, you have to press it. And so I got a pot immediately, and I started using it in a week's time. But the pain was so severe. The second week, what happened with shingles, that from my back, the middle of my back, there came like a red blisters around my back, up to the front of my stomach, and ultimately right over my stomach. But what wonderful, I believe what helped, that the Ambritose helped, that the blisters didn't burst. I also used, because that blisters were really sore, I felt the pain was so severe that somebody asked me, how does it feel? I say, it feels like thousands of prickly pear thorns just under my skin. You cannot move your arm, you cannot move your body. It was so painful. And I started using Imprazone gel, mix it with Ambritose and some essential oils, and I put it on the blisters. So the blisters, all the blisters, it didn't burst, but it was still very sore. And then I was really living for 2 weeks on pain pills, because I just couldn't bear it. And then I heard somebody told me that her uncle, for a year after he got shingles, he was still suffering with shingles and the pain and everything. And I realized that I'm not going for a year. And then I heard somebody else say that he had for 10 years, every year it coming back. I realized, no, I'm not going to settle for that. So I know about Manapol, and I also used a lot about 6 omega-3s, because Brecht told me, if you want to restore damaged cells, that Ambritose with a Manapol and omega-3 help to not to heal it, but to restore it. So what happened? I got myself a pot of Manapol, and I drink that. I used that whole pot Manapol in the 3rd week. I used it, and I can tell you, I used about 6 to 9 scoops a day of the Manapol. And I remember it was a Friday, I used the last 9 scoops. And from that Friday, I still had pain. And from the next morning till today, it was completely healed. All the effects of the blisters, no pain until today, nothing. And I'm so glad for Manapol, Ambritose, and omega-3. So it was, for me, it was actually a miracle product to use. Thank you. Thank you, Heike.
Thank you, Linus. Have an incredible evening. Okay, great. So let's get to the money. So why Manatech? Just quickly, why Manatech? Well, first of all, you've got to look at, if you want to start your business or a business, if you want to get to a place of financial freedom or, earning, great money and get to that place where you can have choices in your life, you need to have your own business. You need to be able to have your own business. And in this business, you are the business owner. You are the CEO. You don't have a boss. It's voluntary. We obviously guide and lead you and take you by the hand, but You are the CEO. It's a part-time business. You decide when you want to work. It's an online business. You can sit in the beaches of Tahiti and build this business in 27 countries. You don't have to be in every country. You can literally, if you've got a computer and you've got Wi-Fi and you've got a drive, let me tell you, you can do big business. It's zero risk, which is incredible. If you start a traditional business, you're going to have to make investments. At this business, it's not completely zero risk. I'm going to share with you now, but it's really it's really nothing to start a business like this, which is incredible. You've got unlimited income opportunity. You decide how much money you want to make. If you want to make 50,000 Rand, 100,000 Rand, 500,000 Rand, it's up to you. The only limit is you. So the bigger your dream, the more money you're going to make. It's a global business. We've spoken about that. Awesome about this company is that we've got incentive trips. If you love traveling and you've never traveled the world, or you've been around the world, but it costs you a lot of money, in this business, every single year we travel to a different destination, 5-star beaches across the world, all expenses paid. You can start tonight and you can qualify for the incentive for next year, October. We've been to Maldives, Mauritius, Las Vegas, Italy, all expenses paid, because that's how the company incentivizes people to work. So if you love traveling, and so many people on this call has gone. Venus, I think, has gone with us 5 times, across the world. It's awesome. It's a turnkey business. What does that mean? It means that you literally just have to turn the key and drive. You don't worry about delivery of products. You don't worry about admin. You don't worry about distribution. You don't worry about having an office, having employees. All of that stuff is taken care of for you. Your admin, your back office, your Facebook, your websites, the systems behind that operates this thing in 27 countries. Everything is put in place. You just need to turn the key and drive. But I think one of the greatest things about this company is the personal development that you're going to go through. You have to go through personal development in order to create success in anything. But the development that you're going to find here with teamwork and with the leadership training and the tools that are given to you is absolutely, it will change your life. Over and above the money, over and above the fun that we have, over and above, it's the personal development that's going to help you grow the inner man and help you become the person that you want to be. So how does this work? If you want to become a customer, and you don't want to build a business, you want to try these amazing products. Maybe you are super healthy at the moment, but you want to be optimal well. You want all your systems to work optimally. You want to feel what it feels like to, for the first time in your life, get in the things that you're supposed to get in, to kind of experience that wellness. And you just want to be a customer. The person that has invited you will help you open up an online account. He'll help you order the products. You have your own account. You can manage it by yourself. You can change it. You can chop it. You can do whatever. Change it and chop it. You get incredible loyalty points every single month, which means you get discount every month that you can, have products or, transfer the loyalty points into free products, which is incredible. That's how I started, just by using products. And it was because of the difference that it made in me that I got involved in the business model, because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I wanted to share this with the world. If you decide that you want to jump in straight away and you want to start making money, which I think is a very wise thing, you will start off with a whopping 710 Rand. That's not even 2 cappuccinos a month. And for that, you're going to receive a business in a box. And that will qualify you for all the commissions out there. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of commissions and bonuses that you are eligible to receive. So I'm going to cover just a few of them. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it basic. The first one is called the first order bonus, which is 20%. Anybody that purchases Manatech from Manatech, which is linked to you, whether you send them a link, whether you send them a website link, whether you send them, we've got this incredible app that can do business in 27 countries. You send somebody a video, he clicks on it, he orders, puts in his card details, gets delivered at his doorstep, whether the guy's in England, whether the guy's in Switzerland, whether the guy, doesn't matter where he is, Austria, you get paid. So the first order bonus is you get paid 20% from that person's purchase on his first order. That's simple. So if a person purchases 1,000 Rand, you'll get 200 Rand. We get paid on the 15th of every month. Okay. Next up, when you start this business, you want to set up your subscription order. What is that? It's an order that you can change and stop anytime. It's not a debit order, it goes off your card, but you want to become a product of the product. There's no point in you starting this business and you not using the products. We don't want salespeople running around saying this product does this product, and you're just out there to make a buck and you don't believe in what it is that you're doing. Because once you believe that you can save people's lives, because remember, 95% of people at night are lying awake thinking about their health and their wealth. That's what they worry about. And if you want the conviction to know that this is going to save that person's life. So you want to become a product of the product. And what we suggest you do is that to order products of about 1,500 Rand every month. You don't have to. I suggest that people purchase 5,000 Rand. When you start a normal company, you're going to go and get a loan of how many hundreds of thousands? Take your credit card, take your savings, but purchase these products so that you can understand what it is that you do, because you, at the end of the day, are going to be an ambassador for these products. But if you don't want to do that, buy at least 1,500 Rand worth of products every month. Why? Because it will give you 3 products. You have to use it for at least 3 months, really, to start enjoying the effects of these products, because it's not medication. Okay. So, and the reason we say 1,500 Rand is because that equals what we call to plus minus 100 point volume. Now, PV is Manatech's currency across the world. How that works is that every product in Manatech has got a certain amount of points allocated to the product. For example, Omega is 28 PV. It's 28 PV in every single country. It might cost differently in yen and rand and dollar, but it's 28 PV in every country. Okay. So 3 products will more or less give you 100 point volume. And with that, you're going to receive your products. You're going to receive your business in a box. You'll see that at the bottom, $1 equals 1 point volume. In South Africa, it's plus minus 15 Rand equals 1 PV. Okay. Any business needs customers, right? So if you've never had your own business, we teach you how to do this. Of course, it's going to feel uncomfortable because you're going to start something that you've never done, but we teach you, like everybody else on this call that have started, have learned how to do this. So imagine you that circle at the bottom, you're going to start getting a few customers. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to get at least 5 customers or 500 PV going through your online store. Now imagine those 5 customers is each ordering 100 point volumes worth of products. Well, it can be 10 customers ordering 50 point volume. It can be 2 customers ordering 250 point volume. Doesn't matter. The moment you've got 500 PV going through your online store, that's about 8,500 Rand, you're going to receive 15% of the total Rand value going through your shop. It's called a power seller bonus. So you're going to receive the first order bonus. Now you're going to receive a power seller bonus, which is more or less 1,000 Rand when you look at this example. When you go over 1,000 PPV, there are people that have got 30,000 PPV in their online stores. You're going to earn 20% of the turnover going through your store. Some people are only product focused, and that's fine. I don't want a business like that, because when people stop ordering products, you stop getting paid. Now, I don't want that. And that brings me to the leadership or the team bonuses. So here's where it becomes very interesting. Every single person in the B quadrant understands leverage. Leveraging your time off other people. If you are an employee, you might have never heard of the concept of leveraging. If you are an employee, your CEO is leveraging your time so that he can make more money. If you're an employee, you are being leveraged. You want to earn from other people's efforts. Okay, that's how every single person that has big businesses make money. So how this works is, you want to get a team together, because nobody in this world has achieved greatness and has achieved their full potential doing it by themselves. You can't. You want to get a team of people that's just as fired up as you, just as excited as you, just also, invited to a call like this, and they want to change their lives. And you're going to help them do what you've done. So you're going to sign up Sally and John, and now you teach them with the help of the system, with the help of the leaders, with the help of your mentors, to do what you've done. Once you've helped 2 people to do also 500 PV, you're going to earn a team 2 bonus, which is an extra 1,000 Rand coming in every single month. Now you've made 2,000 Rand. Once you do that for another 2 people, you're going to earn 1,500 Rand coming in every single month. And once you do that for every 2 people you do that, it's going to be 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. So that's also great bonuses. So you've got first order bonus, you've got the power seller bonus, you've got the team bonuses. But here comes the incredible power of exponential growth. Once you've helped 2 people to do what you've done, Do you agree with me? In this example, you've got 1,500 PV or DPV, that's what downline point volume in your business. Okay. You just have your shop. You've helped other people and they're also getting their customers. Okay. At this point, you are called a director. You've got 1,500 DPV. You've got 15 customers in your shop. You're feeding 15 children with Mission 5 Million. And your leadership income is anything between 750 and 3,000 Rand over and above all those other bonuses. Now you can do this in a week. I mean, you can do this in 2. I mean, it just depends how badly you want to learn and grow and get excited and, and here's where it becomes so powerful. Now look at the bottom here. That's what I just showed you. You're a director. You're earning between 750 and 3,000 Rand a month residual passive income. Remember, this is all passive income. Now what you want to do is you want to take your team and empower your team to also get to director. Once you've helped 4 people to get to director, you're going to be executive director. An executive director has got 6,000 downline point volume generating through their business. Did you get all 60 customers? No, you and your team did it together. Now you're earning 3,000 to 10,000 Rand every month. We've had somebody that has done that in 17 days, in 1 month, 3 months. I mean, you can do that easily in 3 months to 6 months part-time. Okay. How powerful is that? If you've got R1 million in your bank account, you know that your interest of R1 million is 5,250 Rand after tax, more or less there. Can you save R1 million in your bank account in the next 3 to 6 months and then live off that interest? No, probably not. I mean, here your business, your asset is worth already R1 million because that's what you're earning residually. Now what you do is you just keep on duplicating until you gold executive director. Now you're earning 15 to 20,000 Rand a month. Keep on duplicating. Now you're earning a presidential salary, 30 to 50,000 Rand a month. Next up is bronze, silver, gold, platinum presidential. And that's only the beginning of incredible income. People have done this in 2 years. People have done this in 5 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, just as long as you get to that place where you want to be. Maybe you just want to earn an extra 5,000 Rand. Do you know what a difference that can make to a household? Do you know that when the property crunch in 2007 and 2008 hit South Africa, do you know that 60% of all the houses that were repossessed, if 60% of those people could only earn an extra 2,000 Rand more, they could have saved their properties. 2,000 Rand. Do you know what a difference you can make in people's lives? This is the personal development system. It's awesome. We've got an app. We've got these tools. We've got monthly training. We've got webinars. We've got coaching and counseling. It's so incredible when people plug into the system, how they start growing, how their mindset starts changing, and how they build this business. This month's Tools of the Month, it's orders that we get in this book. Please get your teams to get the book. Reading these books every single month is what's going to help you grow into the leader that you want to be. This month's book was Change Your World from John Maxwell. These are the kind of books that we receive from Manatech. And these are the things that change your life. These and obviously the audios. And, when I went to a business meeting about 6-7 years ago, it was the gentleman in front just said a very simple thing. He said, are you at this moment moving closer to where you want to be, or are you standing? Well, you're actually never standing still. You're either going a little bit backwards or you're not moving closer to where you want to be. Is what you're doing at the moment bringing you closer to where you want to be or not? And then what you need to ask yourself, if not this, then what? What are your solutions if it's not this? If you can come to me with a fail-safe plan, with something that you want to do that's going to get you to the place of freedom, I will be behind you all the way, and you've got to explore your options. You've got to live out your dreams. You've got to try out everything, but I have never, ever, ever come across a business model, because once I understood this and once I kind of understood the power of what this business can do, there's no better business model than the one that you've just seen. And if not now, when? When are you going to decide that you really, really want to change your life? So with that, we want to say thank you very much. Have an incredible evening. The QR code is 5415. Again, I say that 5415. Please get back to the person that has invited you and chat with us. If you're unsure and confused and, of course, there's doubt, chat with us. Find the correct information so that you can make a decision based out of wisdom and not just assumption. So with that, we want to say good night. Have an incredible evening. Bye-bye.